I am an immigrant mother from Japan, living in New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada, where there's abundant, beautiful nature and ocean resources formed by Pacific Caldera landscape. I am very curious, adventurous, but a little bit laid-back person. 8 years ago, I decided to come to Canada with my kids to seek our better, fulfilling, and meaningful life for us. I made this decision because there seems to be many opportunities to be successful for life and career. I didn't think about the setback too much before. I just thought I should start over again if I failed. I didn't know what to do when I found myself in the silencing mechanism by the misused NDA, which didn't allow me to start over. What I really feel sad and sick was to have a pressure not to be able to react the fact. For example, I was told once violation when I realized that someone was looking at me. I experienced many times that someone looked weird when I noticed something. I remember I was wondering, does it mean that I should not see the fact? I encouraged myself not to find a lot. I was just sad to experience it. I hope my children will not experience the same. One day, I encountered Guy Kawasaki's book at the local library, and when I looking it, one gentleman said, "It's a great book." Then I also started to listen to Remarkable People podcast. There, I learned a good quote by Kant from the conversation between Guy Kawasaki and Mark Manson in the Remarkable People podcast. The quote is, each person must never treated only as a means to some other end, but must also be treated as an end in themselves. We should not treat human consciousness for different purpose. To understand it clearly made me very healthy, happy person. How I was influenced by so many remarkable thoughts, challenges, and humanity through listening to it. I learned from them that I should try keep going even when things looks difficult, even when things looks like I cannot start over, even when things look like I cannot compete with, even when things looks like I'm fighting alone. I should try in many different ways to keep going. I became to understand that I should think remarkable as I can do what I can do because I am in this situation. I want to help many people and future. So it's a reason that I can think remarkable, and I found my alleviation of problem is to do business. About the idea of my business, just like you love local market, I love local market too. We can communicate first and we can listen to their stories on their products, not only listening to, but also you can ask about the details of products creating process. This has never happened when you shop in the big shop. How important the communication is when you sell and buy the products. I'm a little bit understanding through doing a vendor in the local market because we want to get joy as much as we get the products. This is my business model. My goal is to create a communication based business where I can introduce the worthy donation program or fundraising t shirts. At the same time, I'd like to ask people to interact in the online market events. Ideally, it's like totally the same as local market but online. I am Japanese, so I can be a bridge person between Japan, Canada, and North America. Japan has a variety of unique culture, a little bit isolating, and I am thinking Japanese people want to know more about the different mindset, creative, joyful solution as I was seeking. Because of the iPhone democratizing of communication, I'm thinking that everyone is seeking and seeing if there is something more interesting thing to match their choice in the digital world. So I believe this interaction itself is education, and in it leads to a growth mindset environment. I here commit myself to keep trying to increase the awareness of the project of donation, and I will raise with my t-shirts when I'm ready. But here I need your help. Competitors may be going to compete me and disturb my way by using my complicated mechanism. So here I want your help. Please expand this good cause when I start. And also, please help to stop the silencing mechanism by misused NDA. I appreciate you very much. My objective here is to make consistent interaction between different cultures and make everyone more open-minded and create growth mindset environment in both cultures. To lift the future economy, the inclusive way of living is a key for future innovation. Rising tide lifts all boats, not just the boats, but also people's mindset, which can create hopes and growth mindset environment. This is my simple estimation. I will set a website which Japanese people can get the information from, connect to the projects, to the and there transact. And here also I want them to interact consistently. So I'm going to be able to keep communicate the people who visit the website. In 6 months, I estimate 50 people would participate for fundraising, and I will set a live market event. I will ask about 5 vendors to participate in one event, and I will set a web for the link of the products that customers can look and order, and I will advertise the event in Japanese. In 6 months total, I estimate 50 vendors would try to participate in the live event, and 100 people would interact to the vendors. This is my estimation. In the end, please remember about my realization on my silencing mechanism. 4 years ago, I was drowning from silencing mechanism. I was almost feeling to die. But only remarkable people podcaster Guy Kawasaki might have realized my seriously drowning. It might be because I listened to his podcast hundreds and hundreds of times. If couldn't encounter his podcast, I don't know how my psychology state would have become by now. It is true. I hope everyone can understand how suffering it would be when you don't know where you are, and how it's like to be without privacy for 8 years in silencing mechanism. But this is my state of being. Now at least I could see where I stand. I realized how knowing versus not knowing can make such a big difference in feeling positive. How could I thank two people who lead to this realization? So from here, I need to improve it. While fighting to improve my state of being, I'm going to prepare enough about my funds, products, and its system. I am so grateful that you support me. Thank you so much for listening to my voice.